Final Fantasy summons are not what you think. For one, Shiva is a man. And for two, Bahamut is a whale. In this video, you're going to find out exactly why this is and learn about the mythology behind it all. Final Fantasy Summons Explained. Greetings, Mythstorians. No games connect mythology, religion, and science fiction quite like Final Fantasy does. Mythology is cardinal to the 3-decade-old franchise, and nowhere can that be seen more than in their epic summons. They are monsters that can be magically summoned to help the player during battle. So, with the release of Final Fantasy VIII Remastered just right around the corner, we thought now would be a good time to dive into the lore of these beings to see what we can learn, and perhaps strike at something new. First up is Final Fantasy VIII's Electric Guardian Force. Quetzalcoatl, the Feathered Serpent.
ケツァルコアトル、羽毛を持つ蛇。
What do you get if you mix a rattlesnake and a tropical bird? You get Quetzalcoatl, one of the most important Mesoamerican gods. The name is a combination of words Quetzal and Coatl from the Uto-Aztecan language Nahuatl. The first part means bird and the second means serpent. He was considered the god of wind, rain, learning, science, and the arts. Quetzalcoatl was also said to be the creator of all humanity and planet Earth. He was worshipped across 2 millennia. Human sacrifice played a part in some of Quetzalcoatl's rituals. As one version of his legend puts it, this is because humanity was created from the body of a divine being. This being was angry at losing their physical form and was said to require blood sacrifice to keep their planet-hungry appetite at bay. But worry not, Mythstorians. Final Fantasy VIII does not require human, chocobo, or Moogle sacrifice in order to acquire this summon. Death in the game can be remedied, however, with the help of a special bird. Phoenix, Fire Rebirth.
フェニックス、転生の炎。
Ancient Egyptians associated the phoenix with the sun. They believed it was a sacred and holy being and worshipped it as such. The phoenix is best known for its powers of rejuvenation. Most legends tell us that an elderly phoenix dies by incinerating itself, only to rise again as a youngling from the ashes. In Final Fantasy VIII, the phoenix is a summon unlike any other. That's because it is activated after using an item named the Phoenix Pinion. After it's used, the phoenix will help out randomly in battles after all your party members have been annihilated. And that sort of magic is something the next being on our list would have found most useful to heal his missing eye. Odin, the All-Father.
オーディン、万物の父。
In Norse mythology, Odin is the king of the gods. Legend has it that the All-Father once sought eternal knowledge at Mimir's well. To get this, he sacrificed an eye from his head, impaled, and hung himself from Yggdrasil, the World Tree. It is said that he will meet his own end in battle against the wolf Fenrir during Ragnarok, the Norse apocalypse. In Final Fantasy VIII, you actually must battle Odin yourself in order to have him fight at your side. He won't attack, but when he does, it's game over. After you get him, Odin shows up randomly and can kill most enemies instantly. And getting him also ties directly to another mythological summon. Gilgamesh, legendary hero.
ギルガメッシュ、伝説的な王。
Getting Odin unlocks Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was a legendary Akkadian fictional hero king. He's essentially a superhero with Superman-like abilities. It is said that he built a wall to protect his people and ruled over the Sumerian city of Uruk for 126 years. His tale revolves around him, the wild being Enkidu. Gilgamesh is certainly powerful, but he is nothing compared to the being who comes next. Shiva, creator and destroyer.
シヴァ、再生と破壊の神。
This Lady of Ice is also a staple of Final Fantasy gaming. Summon Shiva, and your enemies will feel the chill of 1,000 icicles piercing their bodies. But Final Fantasy Shiva is vastly different from the Hindu god from which she derives her name. Along with Brahma and Vishnu, Lord Shiva is 1/3 of Hinduism's holy trinity. He is known as a destroyer of worlds. Legend has it that his skin is blue because he once swallowed poison in order to save all existence. Shiva is worshipped across Asia and beyond. And no historians, unlike his Final Fantasy counterpart, he's not an ice elemental or a woman. However, he is believed to live on an icy mountain called Mount Kailash. Just like Final Fantasy Shiva, our next being is even more different than his mythological counterparts. Bahamut or Behemoth.
バハムート。
Bahamut is another Final Fantasy regular. This dragon's mythological counterpart is very different. So much so, it isn't even a dragon. It is a giant whale of ancient Arabian legend. According to a medieval Persian astronomer, Bahamut helps to support the world. Another creature stands on Bahamut's back. This creature is called Kujata. It has thousands of eyes, legs, and a giant ruby. Atop Kujata's ruby is an angel holding up the earth. The angel Kujata and Bahamut were said to be separated by a distance of 500 years. The Arabic word Bahamut is sometimes translated to is Behemoth. First described in the book of Job, Behemoth is said to be a massive monster. Some scholars believe Behemoth was real, and actually to be a large buffalo, hippo, rhinoceros, or even an elephant. The creature was said to be older than time and more powerful beyond imagination. But Behemoth is not the only creature from the book of Job connected to Final Fantasy. Leviathan, Oceanic Scourge.
リヴァイアサン、海の怪物。
Leviathan. This is Final Fantasy's massive resident water elemental. He is very similar to his mythological counterpart of the same name. Leviathan was a violent sea creature from beyond the depths. It is said to be an enemy of God and a prince of hell. Some sources claim it had many heads and could spout fire. The Final Fantasy representation is also similar to the Shinto dragon god of the seas. Nowhere is this more clear than the village Wutai in Final Fantasy VII, where they worship Leviathan. Some reckon the creature is real and actually lives in the world's ocean deep inside the Mariana Trench. Who knows what's down there? But we're betting it isn't the king who comes next. Alexander, Iron Gates.
アレクサンダー、鉄の城塞。
Alexander, historians. This name alone evokes legend. In Final Fantasy, the creature appears as a hulking mechanical being that shoots holy white lasers. Many would believe the representation of Alexander here would draw on the ancient king of the same name. Actually, they're not far wrong. The summon draws most likely on the Gates of Alexander. These were believed to be a legendary wall that King Alexander built to defend, repel, and keep out barbarians. Do you want to see more of this sort of thing? Is there a summon that we may have missed? Before we wrap up, what should be our next video? Write us a comment and tell us below. Also, check out our documentary on Mortal Kombat's Raiden. If you like this, you'll love that. As always, thank you, Mystorian, for watching. And please like, share, subscribe, and ring those bells of notification so you never miss a Myth Stories video. We know all YouTubers say this, but it really helps the channel. But as always, this isn't goodbye. This is just until the next mythical video.